going on, guys? This is Talking Sports with Adam and Alec. Today we have a special guest, Tyler.
Anytime, man. Glad you're here.
So we missed last week, so we got a little bit to talk about this week to make up for that. We're going to discuss the college bowl season, how the football games are going, and our picks, the semifinals that happened yesterday, the college football national championships happen 2 Mondays from now?
The 13th.
13. Then we'll talk a little bit about the NFL, the playoff picture, and possible coaching changes. So first, you're an OSU fan, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll start with the Texas Bowl.
All right. Well, Oklahoma State played Texas A&M in the Texas Bowl. A&M won 24-21, but I think the Cowboys played fairly decent in the first half. They came out pitchers firing.
Started off 14-0, right?
Yeah, 14-0 in the first quarter. Looks like
Bang, bang, right at the...
bang bang. And then they kind of stalled out in the second half. Played Big 12 defense, just didn't turn out very well. Kellen Mond played an amazing game, like he always does. He ripped off a 64-yarder for a touchdown, and then threw a slant, scored 14-14. And then their running back, Seth Small, had about 10-yard touchdown for a run, and their kicker made a field goal, 24-21, and they just didn't play very good defense towards the end of the game.
I didn't get to see any of that game because I was at work, but I know one thing a lot of people were talking about was Chuba Hubbard not getting the carries he got all year.
He still had a 100-yard game. I don't know.
That's typical for him.
Yeah, he had 2,000 rushing yards on the season, so that's pretty impressive. Second Cowboy to do that, besides Barry Sanders. You just...
The two that I saw was the 4th and 1 when they ran the ball with Sanders.
Yeah.
And that just didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, yeah, Spencer Sanders just came off of the surgery, and he's not going to throw.
There's no health.
Not
He's
going to
throwing
throw.
the ball.
So that's pretty predictable when they put him in the game, that you're probably going to run the ball with Sanders. But it's 4th and 1. You got the best running back in college football right now.
Yeah, who absolutely got snubbed for the running back award.
He did.
Yeah, the dog
He did. So I would say hand him the ball.
Hand him the ball.
Yeah.
And
Now
just
let
beat
him do his thing.
Just
If
beat
you
him.
get stopped,
You get stopped.
oh well, good job,
you
A&M.
don't know. You don't know
Right,
if you don't
right.
hand the ball.
That's true.
He's one of those guys that he'll get his every single game.
Yeah, that's true.
You just got to keep giving him the ball.
That was the only consistent part of the Oklahoma State offense.
So is it official if he's coming back? Do you know?
He's still undecided.
Still undecided.
What do you think?
I think he should come. All right, honestly, now that I say that, I think he declares.
You think he
Think he
declares?
He's the best back in the country besides maybe Jonathan Taylor. But
Go get your money. That's what
go
you're
get your
thinking.
money.
Okay, or Tylen's a junior.
Yes.
And he's coming back
Coming off
the
ACL.
ACL tear.
So you're returning Spencer and Tylen. Come back one more year, maybe compete
Maybe.
Big 12.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
I could see top 3 Big 12.
You're also losing Dylan Stoner,
Okay,
AJ
Stoner.
Green on the defense. Defense isn't going to.
That is a big loss for the defense.
I don't think the defense is going to be as well as they played this year.
I don't know. I think he might come back.
I could see him coming
It's
back.
not a
He's
huge
just a
class.
sophomore, right?
What is a junior?
He was a junior.
I don't know. I remember being at that game. I was asking the guy behind me. He said he was sophomore. I don't know. I could see him coming back, but it's also not that big of a class for running backs.
It's really not.
It's not that big of a class for quarterbacks either.
No. He could go pretty high.
It's a weird class.
But and you could come back another year and make your draft stock even better,
Just about.
or risk the
make it
injury of
fall.
getting hurt.
But then if he does get hurt, he's got one more year, but it's not going to be
Yeah, no,
the
it's going to be
prospect he
next
is
year.
this year.
or it's
Risk
gonna be nothing.
reward, Like
Yeah.
we'll find out in the coming weeks. You
I
would
mean,
think.
millions or zero. Kind of,
I'd say take your money right now.
I see that. Our picks we made last video. I think we're tied.
Yeah, we're tied here.
Tied 82%.
82% with 14 points.
Do
Capital
you
One Bowl Mania.
have a pick you liked that actually worked out for you more than any other? Mine was at Washington, Boise State.
Let me check this real
Because I
quick.
picked that Washington team.
Yeah, you
and they
picked
just
that. And
yeah.
I
right over
picked
Boise.
I picked Boise big. in
Yeah,
that
you
game.
did.
I predicted big.
I think
Boise.
one that surprised both of us was SMU.
SMU has had an incredible
That surprised me.
season. They have
They got railed.
wow. I
I
mean, they
did
really
not
turned
expect
things
that.
around this year. Trying to think here. I did pick Hawaii over BYU.
I picked BYU.
Since
I
that was a
picked
home game
BYU.
for Hawaii. That's why I picked them there. Other than that, I picked Wake Forest to beat Michigan State, and
Oh,
Michigan
you
State
did?
won. Wow, I picked against.
I
the
remember
Spartans.
telling you that because it was
I
up
picked
north.
against the Spartans. Wow.
I think that was that game up north. Was that the pinstripe era?
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, playoff semifinals. Start with the first game. Your OU
Don't really want to
Oklahoma
talk about
Sooners
this, but
and the LSU Tigers.
as an OU fan here, was not a great day yesterday. But it's in the past. We got a bright future. But let's talk about it here. So
Joe Burrow, 29 for 39.
Deserved the Heisman. Definitely.
deserved the Heisman.
495
Definitely.
yards, 7 touchdowns in the first half. Absolutely monster.
Going into that game, I thought maybe Fields deserved it too, but after that game, it was obvious.
I did not expect the OU defense to play that lackluster, and going in with about a week before the game, Turner Yell, our starting safety, messing up his. I'm not sure if it was a break. I'm sure it was a break. Breaking his collarbone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And he's one of our leading tacklers on the team. And when you lose your starting safety, that's a pretty big loss. We had like a freshman or sophomore that did not have a ton of experience back there. Then, of course, Bookie with the stupidest
that was
decision I've ever
one play
had.
I saw on my lunch break was that.
To hit their tight end high when he didn't even have the ball. Should have just got off the block and tackled Burrow, and it was fourth down. But that's beside the point. That just showed what kind of a game it was for OU, and kind of a discipline thing, I think. But then we lost our other starting safety, Bookie, and everything just went downhill from there. But starting with the Sooners stats here, Jalen Hurts did not have a great game. He was 15 for 31, so about 49-50%. Completion rate with 217 yards. He threw a pick. That was a really nice interception by the LSU DB too. There on that trick play we tried. He did rush for 2 touchdowns though. CeeDee Lamb had a pretty good day. Four receptions for 119 yards. Obviously that big 51-yarder on the first drive kind of got things rolling for OU for the time that they were rolling. Didn't last for very long. But kind of disappointing as an OU fan to have to watch that yesterday. But the what I talked about in our last one, but the key for OU to have a chance was to get pressure on Joe Burrow. And obviously with the suspension of Ronnie Perkins, he has the most sacks on our team. On the D-line there, I don't even know if Joe Burrow was sacked the whole game. Maybe once. I'm going to check that right now. I don't even know if you can see that here.
A little bit of the game that I saw, he was clean.
Oh, there
He
was
had a while.
there was times when he had 10 seconds to throw the
He
ball.
could have taken a nap.
It was
back
insane.
there.
He
how much
was-
protection.
And when you don't get pressure on the best quarterback in the country, and you're giving him all day to throw with the receivers that he has,
He's
that's
going to
not
rip up
that's
any defense.
that's anybody. That's not going to end well for you. So, and that was the big things there. OU did not come in ready to play football, I think. And even LSU is, I think, the best team in the country. The championship, like we're going to talk about later, is going to be a great game.
It-
But Joe Burrow is the best player in the country. Can't doubt that.
He's
Joe
going
Burrow.
Cincinnati.
He'll be the number 1 pick in the draft.
If not, something.
I'm looking forward to OU's future, especially recruiting better on the defensive side of the football. I'm hoping with Alex Grinch we can get that done. Spencer Rattler, really excited for him. The Spencer Rattler era has begun. We'll get a couple years of him, maybe a Heisman Trophy, maybe a Natty. We'll see. But we got high hopes for the future. Disappointing, 28-63 way to end the season. But shout out to Jalen Hurts. has had an incredible college career.
4 playoff appearances.
4 playoff appearances,
That's impressive.
All 4 years.
and with taking 2 different teams to the playoffs. Really, really glad he came to OU this year. Gave us a chance. He really did. If we had a defense, then we might have been able to take it all the way.
You want to
That's all
talk
I
about
gotta
what
say
this
there.
year would have been without Jalen Hurts? Because
Another thing, I'm really glad that Jalen came because you might have had to throw out Spencer Rattler out there and
no experience.
no experience, could have got hurt, and that hurts you, the future of the program. 'Cause Spencer Rattler is our future, and he got to sit back, redshirt this year, take snaps behind Jalen Hurts, get in a couple games that don't matter at all. Even he got in the game yesterday for a little bit, had a couple nice passes, but it's looking bright. But definitely, if Jalen didn't come, we'd have Spencer Rattler going into his sophomore year. Instead, now he's going to be a freshman. Hopefully we'll get all 4 years of him. Probably not because of the draft, but look, bright future for OU, I think.
I feel like that whole Oklahoma offense was built around Jalen Hurts.
It was.
All around that quarterback run.
Did they do that a lot yesterday?
No,
They
we
didn't.
didn't. We really
Stick to
didn't.
your bread and butter. You destroyed every defense in the country.
And
everybody that they played.
the old LSU Ole Miss, when that game was close, all Ole Miss did in that game was run with the quarterback. But LSU was stacking the box, loading the box, trying to stop our run game because they know that's the strength of our team. And the thing about that everybody's been talking about, analysts yesterday during the game, is the OU offense is built for quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Not so much Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, incredible quarterback.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong there. Great guy, going to go play at the next level, I hope. But not a guy that's going to sit back in the pocket and make stunning passes like Baker or Kyler would do. And that's kind of what OU needed yesterday. And that wasn't going to happen.
Can't be one-dimensional like that.
Yeah. That's all I got to say there.
I guess I'll touch on the Sugar Bowl.
We got to talk about the other playoff.
Oh, yeah. Clemson, Ohio State.
That was
phenomenal.
incredible
That's what
game.
you want out of a playoff game.
Incredible game.
You hate to see either team lose.
You hate to see either team lose. Both have winning streaks coming in, and there was a bunch of controversial calls in that game too that hurt Ohio State. Did you see the one where the fumble? It should have been a fumble recovered by Ohio State, and they took it for 6.
I dumped it because I caught it at the 7-minute mark in the fourth.
Oh.
I think I missed it.
But there was a bunch of controversial calls.
I'm pretty impressed that Ohio State jumped out to a 16-0 lead.
They started off with a bang.
They started off real hot.
Clemson did not look.
I think
Did
they
not
were
know what hit him.
shell-shocked. They didn't know.
J.K. Dobbins had that. They went down, kicked the field goal.
Mhm.
Clemson's red zone defense stepped up big time
Outstanding.
there. And then I think it wasn't a 3 and out. Clemson punted. Ohio State. Then J.K. Dobbins rips off a 70-yard touchdown, and you're like, whoa. Ohio State came to play. You know,
But then Clemson shut the haters up
they did.
quick, saying they haven't been tested. Come back 16-0, win 29-23.
The most crazy thing, Trevor Lawrence has not lost a game as a starting college quarterback.
I would love to see the man go undefeated his college career.
That would be.
I want to see it.
That would be insane. That would be
That
insane.
Do you get out as soon as possible though? With that,
Do what?
you
Go to the
declare
draft.
Third year, junior after next year,
he'll-
he's gone.
I bet he goes number 1 next year.
Has to. Who else is it? Jake Fromm's a junior.
I feel like Jake Fromm's been in Georgia forever.
It seems like it.
He
was a freshman in that OU Rose Bowl game.
Yeah, because he took over for Eason.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's been there
Fromm would
forever.
probably go out. Fields would be able to.
After next year, yeah, 'cause he's a sophomore.
JT Daniels at USC.
Great. Fields, talking about Fields. Fields had a pretty good game too. He did throw 2 interceptions.
That last one.
Oh my
I'm
God.
intrigued to know if that was the receiver's fault.
That was the receiver's fault.
I think it was.
He thought he was getting into scramble drill, and he just was just trying to get
Because
over.
if the receiver still runs that route
His
over the middle,
touchdown.
that's it could have got batted down, but that's a chance for a touchdown.
Yeah. cusses his face,
That, that hurts.
You know he.
feels.
Oh,
It
no
hurts.
doubt. No doubt.
One play from going to national champ, that hurts.
that's every kid's dream, though. Is going
Mhm.
down for that game-winning drive in the fourth quarter to win the semifinal.
To go to the national championship.
Yeah, to go play in the national championship, and something like that happens.
Something I saw yesterday, this little bit of game I did with Clemson and Ohio State, was that fake quarterback draw to the pass to ETN to set up that touchdown.
Yes, that was beautiful. That was the game clinching touchdown, right? That put him up.
That put him up right there.
Then the interview after Dabo Sweeney, love Dabo,
Great
phenomenal guy, great coach too.
Great coach.
They were setting that up all game long. Apparently, I didn't catch the game, so I can't talk about it much.
They
That's
were
why I
setting
haven't
that
talked
up.
about
They
it.
ran that 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so I think it turns back to OU. Y'all are doing that in the Big 12 all the time. The quarterback draw.
Mm-hmm.
Done that play action too.
We could have done that so many times.
We might do it next year. Who knows?
Maybe
Different quarterback.
different
next year, though.
quarterback. We'll see.
No, I
How-
don't think you do.
I don't
with
think with
anybody else.
Spencer.
How big is Spencer?
Not big at all.
He's more of a Baker size.
No, way smaller than Baker, I would think.
I feel like Baker's
I've-
pretty big.
How big?
Baker was huge.
No, that's yours. So touch on both semifinals.
29-23, Clemson takes it. We'll play LSU and Natty in 2 weeks.
Down in Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
That'll
It's a
be
home
tough.
game for him.
That is a home game for LSU. And I saw a stat that they are 3-1 in national championships when they play in the
Louisiana.
Superdome.
LSU is?
Yeah. Like their last 4, is it their
So
last
that-
4?
2004.
When they beat OU, it
Was
was
that in
in
the Sugar Bowl?
It was in the Sugar
Yeah.
Bowl.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
And then they had that. Did they beat Bama or did Bama beat them? Back in
I think Bama beat. I
That
think
was
that
in
was their
LA.
one loss. That was their one loss in the Sugar Bowl. When Bama
because
beat.
that regular season was 9-6 or something like that, and then that championship game.
I was talking to my brother earlier, and we were talking about how if the Saints were to talking about NFL here for a 2nd,
Mhm.
if the Saints were to clinch home field, then like that Saturday night, that Saturday or Sunday night would be the Saints playoff game, and then the Monday night would be the LSU championship game
There's a
in
lot
that
of
same
stuff
building.
going on.
That
Louisiana
Louisiana
is
is going to
the place
burn
to be.
down
You got
if they win
the
both
Sugar
those
Bowl.
games.
This Wednesday in the same stadium. Saints would be. You got that playoff picture? They'd be a first round bye right now. Wild card. Are they
It
playing the wild
depends
card?
on this game right here.
Okay.
It'll depend on if the 49ers or Seahawks win this game.
Okay.
I think if Seattle, I'm pretty sure if Seattle wins, then New Orleans will get the
beat-
bye.
Yeah, because Saints beat Seattle. I remember.
But if the 49ers win, then
Okay.
them and the Packers will get a bye.
All right. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff going down in New Orleans.
That's the place to be.
It is.
I'm really excited for the playoffs. Should be
So, you got a score prediction for a championship right now?
championship right now. I'm gonna say it's gonna be really high scoring.
Mhm.
I think both. I feel like Clemson has a better defense than LSU, but both outstanding offenses. 2 amazing quarterbacks that are going to be slinging it around. Should be a great game. I'd say it both scoring in the 40s. 48-45
Saying 35-49 LSU.
LSU.
Who you got one?
I'm taking LSU.
So yeah,
I hate to say it.
I'm going Clemson.
You're going to take
I
them?
think Clemson's defense, they held Ohio State to 23.
And Clemson most definitely has a better secondary than OU.
Yeah.
So I don't think Burrow's going to
He's not going to throw.
not going to
touchdowns.
throw 7 touchdowns.
I don't care who you have back there. Joe Burrow's an absolute buzzsaw. He's going to
All
cut
right.
I
out.
think
All right.
Clemson
All right.
31-21.
Okay.
Kind of a lower score.
Defensive game.
I think it will be. It's going to be more of a SEC game. But I think it'll be close.
Should be a great national championship game.
Lawrence will stay undefeated. Win his second ring.
I hope so.
That
Okay.
would just win it freshman year and sophomore
Yeah.
year. Keep the
That's
undefeated
unbelievable,
season
too.
rolling.
And then just get out. Get out as soon as you
Uh,
Keep the undefeated as long as you can.
Alright, so want to transition to NFL now?
Yep. Transition. Or you want to talk about
yeah,
Baylor?
I guess I'll preview that since it's Wednesday. News came out. 3 Georgia offensive linemen are not playing in the game. That helps our defense. Still think it's a close game. Probably 21-14, 21-17. It's not going to be a barn burner. Especially with those two offenses.
Yeah.
Charlie Brewer
One thing-
finally got cleared.
Okay, so
Okay,
he's
so
playing.
he-
Cleared. Finally,
playing.
yeah, he
Alright.
got
Okay.
cleared Saturday. He was practicing and everything. That was the question leading up to it. Because if he's not, do you Gary Bohannon or Jacob Zeno? I would have gone Zeno. Zeno.
From the Big 12 championship.
Cannon! Dude.
Because of our secondary.
No, Zeno. Heisman 2021.
Okay.
2021.
I'm saying
Brewer.
Spencer Rattler.
Brewer, senior year next year. That'd be 2020.
Charlie Brewer winning the Heisman.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
All right.
I like-
Back on the Sugar Bowl.
I like Brewer, but he's the right quarterback for us right now. He's not a Heisman quarterback though. He's a dude that'll get it done when he needs to.
Is he better than Bryce Petty?
No. Well,
I like Bryce Petty.
I love.
I really like
Bryce Petty was a G, man.
I miss those years. I love that offense, but I love this defense now.
This defense.
This
And-
defense is.
Yep.
Pretty stout.
They are men playing defense right now.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
I think James Lynch gets 4 sacks, especially since they're going to be playing.
Yeah, with that, they're going to
Back
all the
up
backup
offensive
O-line.
line. He'll-
He should eat.
And he said he's at this moment he'll be coming back next year, which I'm happy about that. We're already losing enough defensive guys. Next year's gonna be a little different. It's not gonna be as good as this year, I guess. We might lose a few more. Just kind of depends how our defense comes back. But looking at this game, Baylor wins 21-17, 21-14, something like that.
I would say around. I'd say around that score. I could see it. I could see it getting 28-21. I'm picking Baylor. As we all know, the Big 12 owns the Sugar Bowl, so I'm hoping for a Baylor win here.
Oh, there it is. Marshawn Lynch.
Do you want to talk about this week, each conference's record, or you want to do that next week?
We can throw it out there now. And
Alright, so
Keep
Big
it
12's
updated.
0-3.
Big 12's 0-3.
That's the one that hurts.
Our only hope is Baylor.
Texas.
I don't see Texas beating
I
Utah.
don't see Kansas State beating Navy.
I don't see Kansas State beating Utah.
Navy soft.
Baylor's the only hope for Big 12.
That's not good because you got all these SEC fans. Oh, Big 12.
No defense is played in the Big 12.
It's true.
Maybe except Baylor. Might give it to Baylor. But besides that, there's
like two
defense.
teams.
CCU has a weird defense.
They're so inconsistent.
They still give up points though.
I know, but that's why I said weird defense.
Yeah.
Because when they're on,
They're on.
they're solid, but
They're
when they're
pretty good.
off, it's a normal Big 12 defense.
Yep.
So I don't know.
What's the line? What's the line for this game?
71-29 from Baylor.
Is so Georgia's favored to win? By how many points?
I think it's a
Point spread.
5. It dropped down.
5.
Yeah, because it was a 7.
Georgia's
beginning.
favored by 5. This obviously means nothing.
But we've been underdogs
so
all year.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
I think we were underdogs going up to Stillwater.
Probably.
That was a
I'm
good
so
game.
mad about that.
That was a good game until the
No,
last.
That was a good game.
What, 8
And
minutes?
y'all got the running game rolling that game.
That's what we need to do.
That's what y'all have to do Wednesday.
We haven't been getting it going. That's hurt us, especially in the Big 12 championship. We couldn't get it going. Yeah. But they got bigger guys on their defensive end or their defensive side. It might be a little hard, but
I feel like that Georgia defense is pretty inconsistent too.
They got lit up by LSU too. So.
yeah,
They got absolutely. Let's saw Joe Burrow.
it's gonna be a good game.
It should be.
Yeah.
Great game.
Got a Sugar Bowl party. Queso chili.
Nice.
You're already coming.
I'm in.
Yeah, Izzy's going. You're going. That's her words. So transition to NFL.
Yep. Let's talk about
So
a lot of
playoff
teams.
picture.
A lot of teams finishing up clinching, playoff seeding spots getting rearranged. as it is week 17 of the NFL. That's crazy to say that football is pretty much over. I hate to say it,
So
but
fast.
it's pretty much over. The best part of the year, though, playoffs coming up.
That's what matters.
I feel like
Yeah. A lot of fun football
from
coming up to watch.
January 1st to when's March Madness in April 5th? First week of April. You got so much going on there.
So much. And then you have like a little break.
That's the most exciting part of the year. I think in that
And this year we're gonna
3-month area.
throw in XFL, so there's not really an
Oh.
off-season
there's-
for football.
I'm so excited about that.
I'm excited for no off-season for football. I'm
Let's
excited.
talk about
I don't
that
know.
sometime.
I don't know if it's gonna be exciting. We might have to go catch a Dallas Renegades game.
Might.
I'm gonna be rooting for them because Bob Stoops.
They play on
but-
Saturdays and Sundays, right?
I think so.
We might be able to make it happen.
Should definitely do
Tickets
that.
should be pretty cheap.
We'll check
But,
into it.
We'll see. No off-season football. Talking about the NFL here. Right now, the 49ers are leading Seattle 10-0 with 11 and a half minutes left in the second quarter.
Marshawn Lynch is back.
Marshawn Beast Mode is back. But if San Francisco wins this game, they lock up the 1 seed and get the bye,
Mhm.
correct?
I believe so.
And then that should make the two
Green
seed.
Bay would be 2.
Green Bay would be 2 if San Francisco wins.
Seattle would be
Seattle
4.
would be here, right?
I think New Orleans would.
No, New Orleans would be 3.
Yeah, because
Seattle would be 4.
Yeah.
Seattle would be 4.
Okay.
Or no, they'd be 4 and drop down to wild card.
We'll know more about 10:30.
But we'll find out about that.
Yeah, so we'll discuss that next week after the wild card games.
The AFC 1 and 2 seeds are already locked up. Obviously, the Ravens having a great year. They went 14-2. They locked up the 1. With the Patriots losing to Miami again.
Again.
This year it wasn't on a Minnesota Miracle, but Miami Miracle, not
That's
Minnesota.
bad though, because now we have 1 home field game.
Yeah.
1 game at home.
The AFC runs through Baltimore. They got home field. They got home field all the way.
I don't care.
Who you got the Chiefs?
Winning?
You got the Chiefs.
I don't think the Chiefs are. How's
The Chiefs will get home field, so
So it's New England, Tennessee, at Foxborough.
that'll be a pretty good game.
New England
Patriots should win that.
I got Buffalo beating Texas. Houston.
Buffalo should beat
Buffalo.
the Texans.
Buffalo's gonna beat
So
Texans.
So
then
that'll set up.
we'll play.
Y'all will
Kansas
play
City.
Kansas City in the second round in Kansas City. Oh my goodness.
Buffalo beats Baltimore. Buffalo beats Baltimore.
Buffalo beats Baltimore.
Buffalo beats Baltimore.
Okay.
Right now, you heard it.
Calling it.
Buffalo beats Baltimore.
My prediction, I am saying it'll be. I
They
think
played this year.
I think the Chiefs. I don't think the Patriots will be able to beat the Chiefs and Kansas City.
In Kansas City. Okay.
I'm saying it'll be Ravens Chiefs
Happened last
AFC
year.
Championship.
Happened last year.
It did.
What happened again this year? Don't doubt
But
the
y'all had
Patriots.
home
I'm
field.
gonna doubt it.
Last year,
Y'all got the bye last year.
but we played at Kansas City.
In the championship.
Yeah.
AFC
I thought that's what you were talking about.
That's
OT. That was a good game.
That was
Dude, phenomenal.
That's when-
overtime game.
Yeah, that's when people are
So-
like, yeah, we need to change the overtime rules.
Yeah.
No. All right, Buffalo.
I think
Buffalo played Baltimore, didn't
So
they?
I can't stand this play. Can't stand it. Everybody was like, yeah, George Kittle, beast mode. Yeah, he broke 1 tackle. People are trying to strip the ball.
arm tackles.
Yeah, you're breaking arm tackles.
Okay,
It's
so
crap beat.
here's my reasoning. Baltimore won by 7 in the regular season.
That was a
right?
good game.
It was a good game. Buffalo's defense held Lamar Jackson 145 yards passing. Ingram only got 50 yards rushing. That was the highest rusher. 50 yards.
Wow.
How many yards did Lamar get rushing?
Did Baltimore did Buffalo end up
40.
losing today?
What week is this?
This was 11-2, so week 14. Because the bye.
Can you check on me if Buffalo ended up losing today?
Buffalo.
They were losing.
Lost to
Buffalo lost to the Jets.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they were resting
My man.
everyone. I'm
Let me
sure
look
they
at the
rest.
box
I'm
scores.
sure they rested.
There's
My
no way
man,
they don't. there's-
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Sam
I'm
the
seeing
man.
Okay,
goes.
so Matt Barkley played most of the game.
Okay.
Allen only threw 5 passes, completed 3.
Okay. Buffalo rested everyone. That doesn't count.
They did.
That didn't count.
Okay, so we're fine.
Buffalo
still wins.
I don't really agree. I'm not the biggest fan of resting. I get you don't want to be hurt in the playoffs, but I think you want momentum
Yeah, no,
rolling
you're
into the
throwing
playoffs.
off all that mojo.
You're throwing off everything.
Throwing off
in my
all that
opinion.
rhythm.
My opinion.
I think. Well, so Baltimore threw out their momentum today. Starting RG3.
I think
no
so.
one's got momentum anymore.
No.
New England lost their momentum. Kansas
I don't
City.
think
Kansas
New
City
England
won
had
today.
any
They
momentum.
have momentum now.
But they're gonna have to wait through bye week.
Exactly. So setting up good for New England, Buffalo, AFC Championship game in Foxborough. It's New England goes to another Super Bowl.
We'll see.
I'm telling you,
I don't know.
it's gonna happen.
You really think
It's gonna be.
I don't know
Buffalo's
if they can
gonna
do
be-
this.
New England's at 3. Buffalo would be the 5.
I think Buffalo
Fifth
definitely
seed.
beats the Texans in that wild card.
It's gonna be a 3-5.
This right now where it stands on the NFC side, the Vikings will play the 49ers. Obviously, if the 49ers win, then the Vikings will be playing Seattle.
So let's assume San Francisco wins.
San
They
Francisco
get
wins.
2, 3, 1.
If San Francisco wins, they'll be the
Be the
one
one
seed in
seed.
NFC. They'll get a bye week.
So then they'll play the winner of Seattle. No, New Orleans to move up there.
New Orleans would
To
go to
3.
3.
Minnesota to go to. No.
Seattle.
Philly would go to 4 because they won.
Yes, because they won
Their
their
division.
division.
So they'd get the winner of Philly. And this is so weird how it's set up.
Yeah, that is weird.
They'd have Seattle would stay down here since they lost, which would push. Right?
This is it'll make more sense in 3 hours from now because everything will be
Minnesota's a
locked
wild
up.
card.
Yeah, they're locked in this game.
Seahawks are locked.
Eagles
They're
are locked
going
in
up
this
there
game.
either way. Well, yeah, they'll be locked down there, but as a 4 seed.
Yes, they're 4 seed.
So Seattle would bump down to 6. No, they'll stay. This
'Cause
will
they
be
have
the
a better-
game
This game's locked, I think.
unless Seattle wins tonight. Right now, it's not looking good.
Yes, you're right.
The winner of this game will play
The
the
higher-
1 seed, which would be San Francisco if they win.
Yes,
So this could be a rematch,
we
2
could
weeks
see
from now.
this rematch in 2 weeks.
which I think we will. I think if
I
San
don't.
Francisco
I
holds
don't.
on, Philadelphia will be one and done.
As a Cowboys fan, right here, obviously, frustrating season, but not an Eagles fan, and I don't. The Eagles are not very good. They're not. They're
It
not
was
good.
weird.
They're not good at all.
Ever since that Super Bowl, it's been weird.
They've had so many injuries. They're not. They're a well coached team, but they're not a good football team.
So
I'm
then
throwing
you'll
that
have
out there.
Green Bay play the winner of would be Minnesota. Who moves into it?
Okay,
It'd be New Orleans and Minnesota.
Yes, that would
Okay.
be that. That would be a great
Ooh.
game.
That's gonna be
That would be
New
a
Orleans
great
wins
game
that.
New Orleans.
because it's in.
I think New Orleans comes out of the NFC.
I think you're right. I
That
got
might be-
this. I've had this feeling for weeks that San Francisco is gonna choke sometime in the playoffs. I could see them losing the divisional round, even if they get the
It's
bye.
one of those. Not many of these guys on this team have been here before.
Exactly.
They're
Saints,
gonna get
Saints,
excited.
Saints. They've been there. Packers. They've been there.
I don't think Packers are good.
The Packers have gotten lucky.
They
Yes.
They have not
Yes.
played good football.
They really
They
have.
have not
There's
played
been
football.
I think New Orleans is the best team in the playoffs.
And a couple weeks
on the
ago,
NFC.
49ers just dismantled the Packers on Sunday Night
Yeah.
Football.
It's
About a month ago,
Green Bay is a weird 2 seed.
but they got there. They won. They finished games and got
It
there.
hasn't been pretty.
They'll lose probably division round.
What was the score of the Detroit game today? 20-23.
23-20. Packers barely
One
escaped.
other.
If they would have
So,
lost that, they would not have gotten the bye. So, yep, the Packers are locked in. Probably as the 2 seed. They're technically the 1 seed right now. But San Francisco wins this, they'll be the 1 seed. Anyways, no matter what it is,
Super Bowl prediction.
going to be great playoffs for the NFL.
Super Bowl prediction.
Super Bowl prediction. Well, let's start with the championship game, the conference championship first.
AFC and NFC.
Yes.
All right. So who you got in the AFC?
Who's coming out of the AFC?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You were talking hot on the Chiefs a minute ago. That's your Madden team. It's your Madden team.
That's not my Madden team.
Your secondary.
Dalvin Cook.
Your secondary Madden team.
And the Minnesota Vikings are my Madden team. But they're not going to
Madden
make it past the first round. So, I'm starting to think Baltimore now.
You thinking Baltimore?
Yeah.
I'm AFC. Man, now I'm having second thoughts. I'm thinking Tom Brady in the playoffs is just something that no one wants to see. I could see it
The dynasty's
being.
over.
I could see it being.
The dynasty is over. I just want to put that out there.
It's not over.
It definitely is.
I'm saying
I'm gonna
Ravens. I'm saying Ravens Patriots AFC Championship, and the Ravens will win. That's my NFC.
Ravens Saints in the.
Yes, and I definitely think.
It'll Ravens.
What's your
Saints.
prediction for the NFC Championship? Or what's your AFC
New
Championship?
New England versus Buffalo. I said that.
Okay, New England Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm taking back.
And New England winning.
Buffalo probably won't get their vote.
Okay,
Still
I'm
New England,
taking Ravens Patriots. Ravens winning.
Ravens Patriots. Ravens winning.
My secondary
Ooh,
thought
fumble.
would be Ravens Chiefs, and I don't know who would win that.
Oh, this is awkward.
I don't think anybody has an answer for
Thank you.
Lamar Jackson.
No,
Nobody has a
dual threat.
Yeah.
We'll see. It should be a fun month of football coming up. But
That's good.
I would. Saints.
Saints coming
I
out
could
of
see
NFC.
the Saints winning the whole
I
thing.
think it'll be Saints.
I really hope that Drew Brees walks out of here.
Saints. Niners.
He deserves one. All the records he's broken.
If it's setting up how I think it's Saints, Niners, NFC Championship, it's hard to tell. Saints.
Niners?
If it's set up, I can't tell how it's set up on this bracket.
Saints Baltimore or Saints Niners. Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
I think the Saints.
Saints
will
and
win the Super Bowl.
Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I'm taking Saints.
I'm taking the Saints.
Saints, Ravens, and I'll decide when it gets closer who I'm going to
Where's
pick
it
on
at this
that.
year?
I think isn't it Miami? I think it's in Miami.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady in Miami.
Miami Miracle again.
Doug-
Flop on that field.
Super Bowl.
We'll see. Should be a good month of football.
Coaching changes. Hot seats.
Hot seats.
Urban Meyer to Dallas.
I could see that honestly.
That's the hope. Anyone but Jason Garrett. If I wake up tomorrow and Jason Garrett is not fired,
Oh, no.
What if it's
I'm
just
not
the
gonna be
most
happy.
random coach you could think of?
At this point, I just want Jason Garrett gone.
Rob Rivera.
Ron Rivera, I'd be okay with that.
Carolina.
I'd be okay with that.
Or-
Urban Meyer,
Is it McCarthy from Green Bay?
McCarthy, I'd be okay with
Yeah,
McCarthy.
he's going to be Stanford. Get McAdoo.
Anyone but Jason Garrett.
Ben
Crying out loud, Tyler, go coach the Dallas Cowboys, okay?
Called
Alec, go
Ryan.
coach the Dallas Cowboys.
I'll take it. Give me that money.
Yeah.
Give me that offensive
Give me that money. I can do the
Do you
same
wanna
thing.
do-
I
Jason
didn't call
Garrett's
Ben.
doing.
Do you want to deal with Jerry Jones, though?
I can do the same thing Jason Garrett's doing.
You want to deal with Jerry Jones, though?
Give me the. I'll deal with them. I'm gonna get paid for dealing. I'll deal. Yes, sir.
All right.
Whatever you
hoping-
want, sir,
I'm
I'm
hoping
yes.
Cowboys-
tank. Okay, I'm only winning 4 games.
We
season.
want.
Okay,
I'll give you 0.
You want better?
As a Cowboys fan, I'm
I
hoping
get a
for
pay
Urban
raise?
Meyer. Urban Meyer, come to Dallas.
Urban Meyer to Dallas.
Everyone, a lot of people are thinking Lincoln Riley. I don't think Lincoln's
I
going to leave OU.
Dang.
He's not. I really wish he would, but I don't think he will.
He's pretty.
I don't
happy
know
where
who to
he's at.
expect. Part of me thinks Urban. Part of me thinks Urban won't do it.
The only problem with that is I talked to Adam about this on the way over here. That if you bring a college coach into the NFL, they're so used to controlling players' lives. All right, it's a set schedule every day. 9 o'clock, you're coming in for practice. classes. Are you coming in for 10 o'clock? Are you gonna go to the film room? 11, you're gonna go to class. 12, you're gonna be back in here watching film. Another practice. Okay, you can't do that.
Back in the film room, yeah.
Can't do that with grown men.
You really can't do
That
that.
leads me to Phil Snow, our defensive coordinator, was in an interview today, and he was asked about what do you tell the guys that are thinking about leaving early to go to the draft. He's like, here, we hold you all accountable. You're in the weights, you're taking notes, you're doing all this because we're having you do it. There, you're on your own. Are you ready to do all that? Are you?
That's true.
I guess responsible enough or mature enough to be able to do that on your own, day in and day out, and not only do it for just 3 years, but 7 to 8 years, because that second contract's when you make all your money.
Right.
And that's
If
basically
you want to be
what
successful,
he was
especially at the
saying.
next level, it's even more work you got to put in.
Yeah.
So you've got to work on your craft every day. You got to be responsible for your stuff. But
Washington,
something else.
Washington, another team.
Oh, Washington.
Another
Oh,
team.
coaches.
Hot seat. What were you gonna say?
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
What?
Nah, I think he's
No,
locked in at
no,
Bama.
no, he's
He's
staying
locked
at
in at
Bama.
Bama.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
He's
no,
done it
switch
before.
things up.
He's
He
done
has,
it
he
before. He
has.
went from LSU to Miami,
He has.
and then back to Bama. Jerry Jones has money. Nick Saban.
Jerry Jones.
Nick Saban
Nick
basically
Saban
had
has a lot of money.
He had a losing year this year, essentially. What, 10-2?
That's a
That's
losing.
basically
That's
a
a
6-6
losing.
season.
That's
for
a
Bama.
losing record.
That is a 6-6 for Bama. He's gone. Okay.
Not making the playoffs.
Bama don't want him
unacceptable.
back.
He's
Get him
gone.
out of
Get
here.
out
He's
of here.
gone.
Go to Dallas.
He's
We
gone.
don't want you back in
But again, you
Tuscaloosa.
can't. No. I'm not
can't do
taking.
that.
I'm not taking Nick Saban at Dallas. Like no, he would make Dak Prescott cry. And
Y'all win games. Y'all would win games.
I hope.
we'd win games.
Anything
But-
to win games and
'cause-
anything but Jason Garrett at this point.
I mean, he basically runs Bama like a pro team.
Yeah.
It's serious down there. It is serious.
It is.
It's basically the AAA to the MLB.
Yeah.
It is like that. It's hey, you're here. Next step is there.
You're going Bama. You're going to the next level.
I don't think Lincoln Riley or Matt Rule go anywhere.
I think those guys should stay.
I think the rumors we're hearing of, mainly right now, Rule getting interviewed by Carolina. He said he'd be stupid not to listen to Carolina, because in the future, if he does what he wants at Baylor, and in the future that'll help get more interviews, because people are like, well, we talk to him, we like him, keep in mind if you need him again, he's there still.
right.
So I see it being, he's right to be dumb just to turn down an interview.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
you always-
that's
you
an
always
NFL
have
team.
options.
NFL team.
You
Yeah,
have
always
to-
got to have options.
Here,
And I've seen him tweet out, say in interviews many times that they got unfinished business to do at Baylor, which I think is true. Even coming from an OU fan, I think OU and Baylor are going to be the powerhouses of the Big 12 in the next couple of years. But I definitely think Rule and Lincoln will stay.
Yeah, I think both coaches stay.
Other hot seats.
Nagy, Chicago.
Nagy, Chicago. They finished 8-8. 8-8.
It was
It was a
disappointing. Yeah.
very,
Mitchell Trubisky's got to go.
Gone.
Got to go.
very inconsistent.
Do we have the
Bad
draft
news bears.
lineup?
I know the 1 and 2 seeds. Number 1 is the Bengals. Number 2 is Washington.
Joe
I know
Burrow's
that.
gonna be.
Because I'm
Joe
thinking
Burrow will be number 1.
He will forever wear the stripes.
He'll forever be a Tiger.
He will forever be a Tiger.
He's gonna get mauled though.
Oh yeah.
He'll get mauled because the Bengals don't have an O-line.
It's okay. Any other ones?
I know Washington. They have an interim coach right now because John Gruden or whatever his name is, the Gruden coach, got
Jay
fired.
Gruden.
Jay Gruden got fired.
Jay Gruden to Dallas? Question mark.
No, please no, please no. Please
No
no. That could be worse than Jason Garrett.
No Gruden will be allowed.
No Gruden to Dallas. But yeah, they have like an interim coach right now. I'm pretty sure they'll be looking. Carolina will be looking.
Carolina, Detroit.
Detroit.
I think they
going.
stay with.
I think they
Patricia.
stay.
Yeah, you have to stay on Patricia.
He's
He's
a-
got something going. All right.
He has a great football mind.
Oh, who's the quarterback for Detroit? Who the starting one?
Stafford.
Stafford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford, great quarterback.
He was
Okay.
playing with fractured vertebrae
Yeah.
in his back and just
Yeah.
eventually could not do it
Like
anymore.
that.
All power to him for trying.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he won those 3 games for him.
You know who had a down year that I forgot about? The Chargers.
The Chargers.
The
They
playoff team last
They
year.
had so many injuries. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, it's
so
a weird
many
year.
injuries. So many injuries.
You didn't hear much about them, but then you look at the records like 5-11 from playoff team. If you don't,
I don't know if they would be looking just because they had such a great season last year and the fall off. I really think their fall off was because of their injuries.
Jacksonville has to figure something out. Chicago has the. Jeez, they don't have a first round pick.
They need one.
They
Chicago?
Oh no, because they got up. They gave it up for Khalil Mack.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
That's right.
No first round pick for Chicago.
I did see this talking about the draft. I saw a mock draft yesterday that had CD going to the Cardinals.
That's what
Playing
I'm
at
looking at
regular,
right
and
now.
I was like, "Oh, that'd be so dirty."
Because I was thinking,
dirty.
you know, maybe Chicago gets Justin Herbert, but right now he's projected to go 7th to Carolina.
They don't need more quarterbacks. They have enough.
I'd say Will Greer is not your franchise quarterback, though.
Kyle Allen ain't either.
Yeah,
Cam Newton isn't either.
Cam Newton's gone.
Cam Newton's on
I'm
the
saying
downhill
Phillip
slope of
Rivers-
his career.
Philip Rivers is going to Carolina.
Yeah,
He's gonna go.
Blockbuster. Okay,
Yeah.
blockbuster trade.
He's going home. So
All right. Any other predictions you got for the off season? I expect, as a Cowboys fan, I expect the Cowboys to pay Dak.
they'll pay him.
Dak
You
probably
have to.
you pay Coop too. You have to. A lot of interesting off-season news for a lot of teams. We will see unfold next coming months.
Yep.
Then XFL.
You know how stacked that draft class was from a couple years ago? That
2016?
Was it? It was something. Everyone now is out of their rookie contract. Had McCaffrey.
I think that was 2017.
That was a disgusting draft class.
Yeah, you got McCaffrey. You had Mahomes in that class, I think.
Yes.
You had. I literally heard about it the other day. I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about. The crazy players.
Because they're all
came
getting
from that.
paid, literally. Some getting paid tomorrow, since it's the first day of the off season. Then they're eligible for it now. Others got to wait till after playoffs
Yeah.
because they're not in their off season yet.
Did you see? Speaking of McCaffrey, he had.
First player.
He's the third. I think it said the third running back to have a 1,000-yard rushing season and a 1,000-yard receiving season. He accomplished that today in their Week 17 game, which is crazy.
That's pretty dope.
Someone who got slept on, or not really slept on, but didn't get enough attention was Kyler.
Yep.
He had a really good
He had
year.
a great season, especially for the talent that is
He
around him.
just-
He doesn't have anybody around him.
He was overlooked.
Big time.
They went,
Everybody
what,
said he
5?
couldn't be a quarterback at OU, win the Heisman, #1 pick,
They
because
went
of his size,
5, 10, and
whatever.
But was he out athletic people? Is that what it was, or was he
at OU,
At OU,
no,
I think.
Arizona?
Arizona.
I don't.
Is he still out
He wasn't.
athletic people?
He wasn't running around as much, because I mean, college and NFL way different levels.
Yeah, no, you can't out athlete everybody.
No, not everybody.
Arizona.
Still a solid.
There was a
solid
couple plays I
quarterback.
saw where it was Kyler from OU.
And in that air raid Cliff Kingsbury
gonna pass the
offense,
ball.
he's gonna pass
I'm
the
so
ball.
mad that he didn't go to USC. I'm so mad.
Dude, I really thought that was
I
gonna
remember
happen.
that.
I remember talking. Yes.
We came in from practice and we were like, dude,
Cliff,
he's going to USC.
because they were. It was like almost official.
Yeah.
And then nope.
No, it was official, and they're like, no.
Yep.
We got a better deal for you. I was so
Man.
mad.
Yeah.
Unless you're Matt Rule, you stay at Baylor.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I love him. Such a nice guy.
Great coach.
Did you hear that he's gonna put the Pat McAfee jump into the river?
Oh
like
yeah,
their
I heard about
off-season
that. Yeah.
condition?
Yeah.
Well, I have a question.
All right.
Okay. Best tight end in the league right now.
Just
Yours?
win. No. Joking.
You got Kittle. You got Kelsey. You got Ertz.
Kelsey.
Mark
Ertz,
Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
I feel like he's slept on.
Mark
Jimmy
Andrews.
Graham.
Graham's still pretty.
Mark
solid.
Andrews like set the record for the Ravens touchdowns by tight end in a year or something like that.
Gronk's coming back for the playoffs.
They're they're gonna sign him.
I don't know about that.
One game.
What would you do? He comes back just for a
Is he
playoff.
in
Oh yeah,
game
he
shape?
sees Marshawn
He's
do.
in game shape.
Marshawn Lynch does it off the field. Rob Gronkowski
We'll
can do
see.
it from partying straight to the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
He's done it before.
Mhm.
But to answer your question, from this season, I think it's Kittle.
Trying to think
Yeah,
of
and you
other-
know where George Kittle's from? Norman, Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure he played college. I mean, not college. He played high school ball at Norman High.
I'm trying to think of other
Look this
notable
up.
tight ends.
Hunter Henry.
Mm.
No.
Waller from Oakland's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I had him on my fantasy team. He got me some points.
I gotta say Travis Kelce.
Kelsey is phenomenal.
Travis Kelce.
Yes, Kelsey's great. Kittle's great. Mark Andrews is going to be a stud.
I think-
give him like 3 years. He's killing it right now.
I think right now you got Kittle and
Yep.
Kelsey, 1 and 2, followed by everybody else. I think those are the 1 and 2. There's not one of those two is the best.
And Jason Witten's solid, but
He's too old.
He's not a.
he's
All time,
Playmaking.
all time.
all time.
Jason
Yeah,
Witten's
he's on
second.
my top 5.
He's in my book. He's the GOAT. But you have Tony Gonzalez there. So stats wise, he's number 2.
Is Rob
ever.
Gronkowski your top 5?
Yeah,
Easily.
definitely.
Easily.
A lot of great tight ends out there
Best running back this year.
from this season.
Or not running back. Rookie of the year. Offensive.
Rookie of the year.
Offensive rookie of the year.
You could give it. Jacobs has been banged up. You give it to Jacobs. You give it to
Josh
Kyler.
Jacobs is something different.
Who else? I feel like there's a receiver that should be. That AJ Brown from Tennessee. Have you been seeing him lately?
no,
He's
absolutely.
been going off.
That's pretty good.
I think defense is locked up by.
Oh, Bosa, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Defense locked up by
It's
Bosa.
been locked up.
We're watching him right now.
What about-
Metcalf didn't.
Metcalf.
He
didn't
didn't
really go off.
produce. Like, he was
He
so
he
hyped up.
battled an injury.
I was
at the
excited
beginning.
for him.
Yeah. I only mentioned him because he's just on screen, but
I
It's
think
hard
you
to
gotta,
think of
you gotta
offensive
consider
rookies.
Kyler.
I
Gotta
think
consider
Kyler's up
Kyler.
there. We'll see.
Josh Jacobs had a pretty solid year.
He's
He's
so slow,
been
man.
banged up. Yeah, he is
He's
pretty
so
slow.
slow. Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
The man, the myth, the legend. Gardner
Yeah,
Minshew.
he's not.
Hey,
He won't win it, but
that's
I
NFL
mean,
MVP right there.
that man came in and changed things around for a little bit.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
played
Not
okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
For where he was
Well,
at.
you got picked high. Shouldn't have gone that early.
I did not agree with that pick, but I was happy at the same time. It was like, yes, we're still gonna beat the Giants.
I think it's
easily.
me, Nick Bosa, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gardner Minshew's at number 2.
But for offense, I'm a little biased
Because there's
I'm
an
an OU fan,
offensive
but I'm
rookie
saying
and a
Kyler.
defense rookie, ain't there? In the
Yeah.
NFL?
I'm not sure. I think it might just be rookie. No, there has to be offense and defense.
Because there's one MVP, but I think there's 2
I think
offensive
you're
and
right.
defense. I'm not 100% sure.
Offensive player of the year? Is that
I think there's that.
It might just be offensive player of the year
defensive
and
player of the
defensive player of the year. Rookie.
year? Dexter Lawrence. Number 13. Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Miles
was
I
Sanders.
forgot
off.
about him.
I think he might be my rookie of the year. Besides an offensive rookie of the year. Nick Bosa is definitely defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, Nick Bosa will win that easily. Seven.
Coach of the year.
Great season.
We go Harbaugh?
Harbaugh.
Yeah, probably hardball.
I'm trying to think there's a sleeper team. Surprising.
49ers coach.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
awful last year.
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
I can see it. Yeah.
I could see it going to Shanahan, especially if they make the Super Bowl. Because I think the awards night is like right the night before the Super Bowl or something like that.
I'm not sure.
Oh, MVP of the league.
Lamar.
Lamar,
McCaffrey.
Russell Wilson,
McCaffrey.
There's
Lamar,
no-
Russell Wilson,
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
It's gonna be Lamar, but McCaffrey.
It's gonna be Lamar.
It,
If Lamar's not in the league. McCaffrey.